Hello and welcome to the class. Today we're going to work on lovely legs. Well, they will be lovely when you finish. Now, we need to use a wall. If you haven't got a wall, I mean, this is a breakfast bar. It's quite handy if you've got a shelf, or perhaps if you've got a bookcase or something, if you haven't got a wall available, but hope you have. If not, it'll have to be a sturdy chair, a block or two, a belt, and also when we lie down at the end, you might need a folded blanket, a rolled up blanket. So if you've got a blanket to hand or a cushion, you may need that at the end. Okay, so lying down as we normally do on the mat, and lifting your feet and knees hip width apart, bring your shoulders down away from your ears, centering your head, not lifting your chin, let your arms just roll out, feel the earth underneath you, supporting you, and closing your eyes. And just being conscious of the breath through your nose, how it's cool and dry as you breathe in, and warm and moist as you breathe out, but not doing anything with the breath, just taking your senses inwards. Just awareness of your breath. Letting go. And saying yes to the universe. This is from an old book called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. One of the most valuable lessons in learning to diminish fear is embodied in the phrase, say yes to the universe. These words were casually uttered by Janet Zuckerman, a wonderful teacher of mine, to someone who was complaining bitterly about a particular circumstance in his life. I asked Janet exactly what she meant by that phrase, and she replied, "It's simple. Whatever happens to you in life, just nod your head up and down instead of shaking it side to side. Just say yes instead of no." Over the years, I've incorporated this phrase into my life with magical results. The term universe refers to that life plan that seems to take over despite what we have in mind, that force operating seemingly on its own that often interferes with our picture of how we would like things to be. It refers to certain flow in our lives and the lives of others over which we have little or no control. So often, when we are all set to move in a specific direction, an unexpected event changes everything. Those unexpected events, or even the possibility of the unexpected, sets up for us a great deal of fear. We anticipate the worst. It is important to remember, in saying yes lies the antidote to our fear. The phrase "say yes" means to agree to those things that life hands us. Saying yes means letting go of resistance and letting in the possibilities that our universe offers in new ways of seeing the world. It means to relax bodily and calmly survey the situation, thereby reducing upset and anxiety. Aside from the emotional benefits, the physical benefits are enormous. Conversely, saying no means to be a victim. How could this happen to me? Saying no means to block, to fight, to resist opportunities for growth and challenge. Saying no creates tension, exhaustion, wasted expenditure of energy, emotional upheaval, or worse, it creates apathy. I can't cope, I can't go on, there's no hope. The truth of the matter is that saying yes is our only hope. Not only is saying yes our antidote to dealing with day-to-day disappointments, rejections and missed opportunities, health, the leaking roof, traffic jam, etc. It is the miracle tool for dealing with our deepest, darkest fears. So just let go, say yes. Again, focusing on your breath. Another 3 breaths. And then walk your feet in towards you. Bend your knees. Cross your ankles. Now, can you get hold of the outsides of your feet? Now walk the shoulders down, chin down. Keep the chin down and see if you can rock backwards and forwards. And eventually, you'll come to sitting. If not, you'll have to cheat. and have a stretch up. Breathe. Breathing in, breathing out. Bring the arms down, and we're going to get up to a couple of sun salutes. So move everything out of the way. And come to the front of your mat. Hands in Namaste. Standing tall. Strong legs. Breathe in, stretch up and back. Breathing out, fingers in line with toes, head down. Breathe in, bring the right foot back. Knee down, look up. Retain into plank. Breathing out, knees, chest, forehead down. Smoothing into cobra. Down into dog. Breathe in, step forward right. Breathe out left. Breathe in, stretch up and back. Hands into Namaste. Breathe in, stretch up and back. Breathing out, fingers in line with toes, head down. Breathe in, bring the left foot back. Knee down, look up. Retain into plank. Breathing out, knees, chest, forehead down. Breathe in into cobra, elbows in. Out into dog. Breathe in, step forward left. Breathe out right. Breathe in, stretch up and back. Hands into Namaste. Breathe in, stretch up and back. A little bit more. Breathing out, fingers in line with toes, head down. Breathe in, bring the right foot back. Knee down, look up. Retain into plank. Breathing out, knees, chest, forehead down. Breathe in into cobra. Out into dog. Breathe in, step forward right. Breathe out left. Breathe in, stretch up and back. Hands into Namaste. Breathe in, a little bit higher. Up and back. Breathing out, fingers in line with toes, head down. Breathe in, bring the left foot back. Knee down, look up. Turn into plank. Breathing out, knees, chest, forehead down. Breathe in into cobra. Out into dog. Breathe in, step forward left. Breathe out right. Breathe in, stretch up and back. Hands into Namaste. And stretching up. Being tall. Lift the kneecaps, spread the toes. Good, got our breath back now. And we're going to be using the wall, so put your mat against the wall, or whatever you got there to support you, or you can take a sturdy chair to do that. And we're going to do some leg stretches with the belt. They're back against the wall. You okay? So, now, before you even start, the wall helps us do a good Tadasana, doesn't it? So, the heels slightly away from the wall, so make way for your bottom. And standing in a good Tadasana. And bend the right knee into your chest. Bring the belt around the ball of the foot. And stretch forward. Now, can you keep even? So the wall should be a great help. a wall's even better than my half wall here. Try not to lift this right hip too much. And lift up, and it's strong on the standing leg, isn't it? Breathe. Elbows out a little bit, keep your chest open, and lift and be tall. Breathe. Bend in, come down now. Bring it down carefully. And back to Tadasana. Then bend the left knee in. Bring the belt round the ball of the foot. And stretch out. Keep this hip back to the wall. Try not to lift it. Your knee facing the ceiling. The belt will help you bring your toes in towards you. What are the shoulders doing? What is the head doing? Is it all in line? Try not to lift that left hip. Keep it down. Breathe. And then the tummy has to work to lift you up as well, doesn't it? And very strong on the legs. Bend in. Change again. Bring the right one up. And get nice and even. Standing tall. Then hold it in the right hand only. And see if you can bring it out to the side. Now you've got the wall here to help you. Don't go further than it is comfortable, but far enough to give you a stretch. Keep the toes up. Try not to let this hip come round, the left one. Come forward. And bend in. Put it down carefully. And change. Oh, the left one. So in Tadasana first. Bend the left one in. Bring it down the ball of the foot. Hip down. Straight forward. And bring it in the left hand. You can put the hand on the right hand on the right hip, or you can put it against the wall, whichever helps you. Try not to lift the hip and bring it out to the side, knee facing up. Or if you've got a shelf here, you can bring this right arm out. Come back to centre and release. So, quite hard work. Yes, put the belt down for a minute, standing nice and tall. Stretch the arms up. Make sure the heels are near the wall. Now, if you've got a whole wall, not just a half one like me, you can bring your hands back to the wall, feel your thumb maybe touching the wall. And lengthening up, keeping the shoulders down, breathing, and work on the arms and legs. And breathing out, bring the arms down and release. Now you can have a little sit down, but without a chair. So, it's a variation of chair pose of Katasana. So you need to bring your feet hip width apart and slide down the wall. Okay. Now, it's quite important, you have to have a look at the side, to bring your knees over the ankles, not over the foot or anything. Hip width apart. The knee should really line up with the first and second toe and spreading knee. So you should have a good angle here. And feel those thighs, it's wonderful. They're really strong. So, nice little sit down. So the back's firmly against the wall. How about stretching the arms out as well? So I can line up here quite well. The tummy's got to work, hasn't it? Careful of those knees. They're not going to, they always want to come out or in to help you. And the shoulders down. Can we lift the arms up? So quite a lot of tummy work here. Breathe. Arms out again and down. How are we doing? Hope you're enjoying your sit down. Another 3 or 4 breaths maybe. There we go, as if you're wobbling well. See what you can do. Make sure I haven't gone out of line too bad. Push and come up. Whoa, you should feel something. So just have a little stretch out. Fingertips on the wall, or if you've got a shelf like this, it's very good. You can have a lovely back stretch out of that. Feet underneath your hips, head lined up, feet facing forwards. You shouldn't see your inner ankles at all. And extend towards the shelf or the wall. Your ears are in line with your arms. So work on legs, tummy, arms, shoulders. Oh, lovely stretch. And then start to walk forward, 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 forward. Oh. Up and a little wiggle. Just my mat a little bit. And we can do tree pose. Now you can do it lightly touching the wall, or you could do it behind a chair if you haven't got a water veil available. So standing in a good Tadasana. Okay, and lift the left leg and bring the foot on the inner thigh if you can. If not, a little bit lower, not on the kneecap. But, you know, it's good hip work to bring this out here. Standing tall, and the hips feeling even, and very strong leg. Now, if you can come slightly away from the wall, that's fine. Hands in Namaste. Looking straight ahead. Stay above the head, interlock, index fingers together, lift, 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 lift. Strong standing leg, left knee back and down. Slowly down and release, other side. So against the wall, or you can slightly forward. Feet together again in Tadasana. Bend the right knee leg up. Bring the heel to the inner thigh if you can, but the foot goes straight down or lower down on the calf. This knee goes back. The hips should be even. You can feel that with the wall behind you. So you can come slightly away, or just touching the wall slightly. So you're going to Namaste. Lifting up. Namaste over the head. So tummy comes really into play once you start lifting the arms, interlocking fingers, index fingers together, lift, lengthen, a lot of work on that standing leg, and on the other side as well, so you have to keep the knee back, the foot firm, and breathe. Down, 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 and release. Have a little wiggle out. We'll do forward bend, a little way away from the wall, so about 8 inches or so away from the wall. Feet can be apart. Now, lift the flesh of your bottom. Now have a feel there. Underneath you've got those sitting bones, and that's what you should use to sit on, not the flesh anyway. So we're lifting the sitting bones up, the flesh back, and then lifting the bottom up the wall. Then we can release down. And a good stretch on the backs of the legs, isn't it? Then you can let go. So just let the arms go where they'll go. It's a fold over. Release the head and the neck. If your hands don't reach the floor, you can bring them on top of your feet. You can hold the ankles lightly, but don't let that stop you going down. Keep the elbows bent if you're doing that. Take another couple of breaths. Is your bottom still up the wall? Okay. place your hands on the wall or whatever's behind you, and with a back, straight back, breathe in and come up, push, come up, and release.
20 minutes.
A little wiggle out.
20 minutes.
Okay. And I'm going to do a forward bend. Now you know how normally you have to keep the bottom in line with the mat. If you've got the wall there, it's a lot harder work. If you've got a chair, you can bring the chair in front of you, because that will help. Let's do that anyway. Right, so heels against the wall, bottom against the wall. Come forward, forward, forward. Move the chair forward so you get a good extension. Okay. Now, if you can walk down, that's fine. If you can reach the floor and look up, keep the back straight. And that's your right leg forward bend. But the strength will come on getting up again. So the heels should be a little bit away from the wall, otherwise it would be impossible because you've got your bottom there. Now, can you breathe in and come up with the wall there? So if you've got a chair that's very handy, and breathe in and come up. And release. And standing in a good Tadasana. Just take a breath or two. Quite an easy breath, okay? Standing now about a foot away from the wall, in a good Tadasana. So you can hold on to the wall if you need to. Lift your right foot, hold the ankle and bring the knees together. Now you may need to have a belt. If you can't reach very well, you can put a belt around your ankle and hold the belt. What we want to do is keep the knees together, so the knees shouldn't be forward from the other knee. If you're experiencing quite subtle, the heel can go right to the bottom. If not, just bring it towards the bottom. If you want to stretch the foot, you can place the palm on the front of the foot and bring that in towards you as well. Now the tummy's got to work to lift you up, lifting the chest, bringing the shoulder back and breathing. You know what this is leading up to. So we're going to do dancer on this side now. So have a look. Is the knee back with the other knee? So you're really in Tadasana apart from the one leg bend and the arm back. Right, spread the toes of the left leg, be very strong, and see if you can let go. Stretch the arm up, bring that leg back. You can do this facing the wall if your balance is not good. Or a chair. Arm a bit forward and leg back. And release. And change. So standing in Tadasana. You can turn around, hold the wall the other side. And bring the left knee in line. I'll use a belt around the ankle, hold it up, a good standing leg, and knees together. And if you want to do a bit more, you take the front of the foot forward, keep the knee down, strong on the right leg, and then we can start to lift the right arm, bring the left leg back, straighten the back arm, lift up, elegant arm, dancer, smile, and release. And wiggle out. Have your back to the wall. I'm going to do Trikonasana. Now, there's always that problem about keeping the weight back and even and in one plane, so that the wall really helps you. Turn the left toes in a little bit, right toes out, heels a little way away from the wall, back against the wall. So it's nice if you've got a whole wall. Stretch the right arm up, really lengthen. Breathe in, breathing out. So it should be nice and wide here. Bring the hand down so that your back is against the wall now and you're stretching over. So If you've got a shelf here, this is quite nice because you can actually stretch along here, but you can do the back of the hand against the wall if it's just a wall. Keep this left hip back, that's the problem, isn't it? Bring the arm down, so keep the head back towards the wall, stretch the left straight up, so the whole of your upper back is touching the wall. If it's comfortable for your neck, now lifting your chin, look at the left thumb. That really keeps you in order, doesn't it? Breathe in and lift. Breathe out and down, turn the other way. So, right toes turning in, left out. A little bit away from the wall, otherwise against the wall. With your body. Stretch the left arm up, lengthen, breathe in, turn the palm down, breathe out, extend, extend, extend away. And once you've extended as much as you can, bring the arm down. Turn the chest to your front. You should feel the upper back against the wall. If you go down, try and keep this both sides stretched. Then float this arm up. If you've got a wall, you can bring the arm against the wall. Center the head. Don't lift the chin. If it's comfortable for your neck, turn and look at the right thumb. Breathe. Breathe in and come up. And release. Now, we can do half moon. And I know some of us love half moon, don't we? So come as much to the left of the mat as you can. Turn the left toe in, right toes out. Start off in Trikonasana. Right, and this little hop, 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 hop. And you can have some blocks here if you need to. If you can touch the floor lightly, that's fine. Now, my shelf here is very handy. I can put my foot on it, but if not, your foot's against the wall. The toes are facing forward towards your front. Centre the head, without dropping it or lifting it. And this is supposed to be the moon floating in the sky, so I think it's quite nice to float. Bring the other arm straight up. Very good on the legs, isn't it? Work on both of the legs. And then down carefully. And go to the left side of your, right side of your mat, sorry. And nice and wide again. Right toes in, left toes out. Back against the wall. Into Trikonasana. Keeping this down for the moment. Just a little hop with the other leg. Bring the fingers down. Stretch the right leg just straight along. Fingers lightly on the mat or on blocks. Now back against the wall. This arm straight up against the wall. If you're down a bit further, then this leg can come up a bit. Depends on your flexibility, really. But it's a lovely open posture. The hand should be under the shoulder. And I think it's a lovely, lovely posture. Breathe in and come up. Your belly will behind you. Whoa. And just have a little wiggle out. We're just going to do Warrior 1 going into Warrior 3. Okay, so out the way. So we're going to be facing the wall, arms length from the wall, so fingertips or hands off, you've got a shelf there. And bringing the right leg, foot to the wall, almost to the wall. The left leg back. And the hips to the front. Bend the right knee till you've got that nice angle here with the foot facing forward. The back leg, the toes are turned out a little bit. Heels in line if you can. It's very firm on that back leg. Stretch up to Warrior 1. Nice strong arms, strong back legs, spread the toes. You're aware to be on the outside of the foot, not just the inner side of the foot. We can turn that into reverse warrior, left hand back of the left leg, stick the arm out, a little bit back bend, breathe, and come forward, and change. Arms length, step forward with the left foot almost at the wall, the right one, toes turned in a bit, so you're very secure on the whole of that foot. Bend the right knee, you may want to go wider and get that nice angle of the knee over the heel, foot facing forward, hips facing forward, strong on this back leg, lifting up, breathe. Warrior 3, sorry, warrior 1, breathe, lift up, to reverse warrior, little back bend, steady on this leg, breathe in and come up, and then how about warrior, going into warrior 3, fingertips on the wall or hold the shelf, back, 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 let's have feet together, this nice back stretch, tummy working, start to slide the foot back until it comes off. Now, try not to lift this hip or drop this hip, that's a difficult part. Move away, it's quite handy if you have got a shelf, you could use a chair, and warrior 3. Breathe, very strong on that left leg. What's the head doing? Is it in line with arm, dropped it back on up, and heart posture, lifting the foot together, feet together, breathe in, breathing out, start to slide the left one back, 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 back. If you feel a bit uneven, you might want to move your arms a little bit. As we started with feet together, bring that leg back, stretch the heel, toe down, extend. What's happened to the hips? Do you think they're even? Is the leg, both legs straight? Are you breathing? Oh, very good posture. And down, put the feet apart. Look up. Breathe in and come up. And release. Have a little wiggle. So we can put our legs up the wall now, can't we? So going in sideways here, so with your one side against the wall, okay, knees bent, going down, and then you flick your legs up, turn yourself round, and this is really nice. So shoulders down, quite heavy on the hips. Now stretching your heels away from your toes in towards you. Now arms up, they can be out like this. You can bring them out and work the arms a little bit. You can bring the elbows back. Make sure you're keeping the hips down. Or you can bring them back, it's up to you really. But the hips are down heavy, and you can make it just leg work and relax the arms and everything. Okay, then we can go quite wide. I should have moved back that way really. Go a bit wider then, but I can still go wide and still supported. But try and go evenly wide. Backs of the heels. As long as you're evenly wide. Keep your bottom down. Back down but fairly relaxed. And then bring the legs together into Baddha Konasana, the soles of the feet together. Move the feet down. If you want to do a bit more work, you can press the thighs away from you, not the knees, the thighs. Soles of the feet together. Take a couple of breaths. Relax the arms down. Keep soles of the feet together. Then bring the knees together and stretch the legs up again. Now you can do Shavasana in this position if you can relax the legs. That's up to you. If not, when you lie down, if you had that blanket ready, if you've got a blanket or a cushion, so the blanket in a rectangle and then fold it into a nice roll. Now if you put this under your knees, it's very, very nice and relaxing for your legs and your back actually. So if you lie down, put that under, so whichever, just bring the legs up a little bit, and that is really nice. But you might have to wiggle your bottom so the lower back's down. We do that anyway, don't we? So whichever position you prefer. Okay. So bringing your shoulders down, away from your ears. Letting your arms roll out a little bit. If you've got glasses, you need to take them off. Eyes gently closed. And soften your legs, let them become heavy. From the ends of your toes up, all the way up your legs. Soles of your feet, ankles, calves, knees, thighs. Releasing your pelvis, hips, tummy, ribs and chest. Soften your arms from the shoulders right down to your fingertips. Release your facial muscles completely, relaxing your jaw, your tongue, let your eyes sink down into the sockets, looking gently into your heart center, soften all around your forehead, your hairline, let your brain release. And just be aware of the peace and silence in your heart. Attention back into your body, back into the room. Start to walk the feet in towards you. Bend your knees into your chest. Roll over to the right side. Come up to sitting in a block, on a block. Sitting up tall, hands in Namaste under the breastbone, lifting your spine, eyes closed still at the moment. Just take 3 breaths, breathing in, breathing out. Feel the breath through your nose. Namaste. And say yes to the universe and smile all week. Namaste.